Let's start.
So let us start. In our syllabus, chapter 3, Yoga and Health, we have introduction to human body, anatomy and physiology. So all these points we are going to cover in this section from 3.1 to 3.5. Now first is introduction to human body. So let us start with it. To understand human body, systemic study is required, and that systemic study is anatomy and physiology. Two branches are there. So anatomy is the branch of science that deals with the structure of body parts, their forms, and how they are organized. Physiology is the branch of science that studies the functions of the body parts, what they do and how they do it. So what is human body, how it is organized, and how it is functioning, everything we are going to cover in short in this section of our syllabus. So then before starting to study this, we need to understand what is the purpose. Now you are future yoga teachers, so you need to understand first what is the purpose behind this, why I am studying this human anatomy and physiology. So one thing is there, being an Ayurvedic doctor, the Ayurvedic concepts, they are always attracting me. While teaching also, you are going to listen some of the Ayurvedic concepts in between modern anatomy and physiology, because Ayurveda is also connected with yoga. They go hand in hand, that we all know. So what is the definition of Sharira according to Ayurveda? So Ayurveda says, Shiryate tat Shariram. Wear and tear mechanism is always going on. And what is this sharir? What is the purpose of this body? Ayurveda also agrees with yoga. Dharma, artha, kama, moksha. So why we are here, that we need to understand first. And purpose of yoga is, goal of yoga is moksha, or whatever goal is there, we know that. Being an yoga students or yoga sadhaks. But when we started this journey towards this goal, there is only one tool with us, that is our body. With our body only we are going to experience yogic practices. When we say that Hatha Yoga or Patanjali Yoga or Raja Yoga, all the practices mentioned in all types of yoga, all sadhanas, we are applying on our body only. So we need to know what is body first. What is our Annamaya Kosha first? Because evolution to involution, this journey from macro to micro, we are starting, isn't it? So what is there in Annamaya Kosh and how it is functioning? What are the structures there functioning? That we should know first. All Hatha Yogic practices we are applying on our body, including asana, mudra, bandha, pranayam. So how anatomically and physiologically they are influencing our systemic functions. That we should know, isn't it? Otherwise, how you are going to teach to others? Like, for example, if you are teaching how to apply Mula Bandha to your student, but if you are not aware about what are the structures there in that specific area where we are applying this Mula Bandha. Anal sphincter is there, which muscles are there, and which specific muscles we are going to contract. What type of internal pressure we are going to increase. So basic anatomy and basic functioning of our systems, we need to understand properly. Otherwise, we will not be able to describe all the yogic practices to others, and we will not able to understand effects, what practices we are doing and how they are influencing our systems also. So is it clear? It is necessary, and you should keep reading about human anatomy, physiology, new research papers, and what modern science is making progress in this field, that you should always keep yourself updated, right? Now, what is anatomy and what is physiology? That is clear. So we will start right from the beginning. How this human body comes into existence. So reproduction. Reproduction, first of all, there are two cells, male gamete and female gamete, Stree beej and Purush beej. Stree beej is called as ovum, Purush beej is called as sperm. Union of Stree beej and Purush beej, ovum and sperm forms one cell, it is called as zygote. So start is here, like we are all cellular organisms that we know. We are made up of cells. We are going to study cell and its anatomy also, physiology also. But first of all, just try to understand this, like how reproduction starts. Union of ovum and sperm forms one cell. It is called as zygote. Then zygote starts dividing. So in anatomical language, division is multiplication. When we say that cell is dividing, it is multiplying. So zygote is multiplying and it is producing more cells, and it is getting converted into embryo. Now, what is the cell? This is the basic process of reproduction. Now embryo develops into fetus, and their whole 9 months journey is there. Right from the start, conception happens. Then in first trimester, this formation of first after conception, fertilization, formation of zygote, then implantation of zygote in uterine wall, and then it starts growing there, multiplying there, division is happening, then cells are getting produced, and then all human whatever organs are there, they are getting formed. So in this way, fetus starts developing. Development of organs, developments of extremities, hands and legs and everything starts, the development starts happening, and then it takes form of fetus, and then after 9 month or whatever period, in 8th or 9th month, labor and baby birth, it happens. This is the short procedure of reproduction. Now this basic component of our body is cell. What is it? We will see in short introduction to this cell. It looks like this. One cell in our body, in animal cell, it looks like this. And it has three major structures. First, this is called as cell membrane. Now, animal cell and plant cell, there is a difference. Animal cells, they have cell walls, and we have plant cells have cell walls, and animal cells have cell membranes. So we have specialized cell membranes which are semi-permeable in action, that I will explain. First structure is outer cell membrane. Then inside there is a material which is called as cytoplasm, and last one, central part, it is called as nucleus. So cell membrane, all small structures are there placed in cytoplasm, and this is central part is called as nucleus. So this is the specific structure of animal cell. Now we will discuss one by one. Cell is made up of proteins and fats. Water, minerals and vitamins are also the constituents of the cell, which helps in different chemical processes inside the cell. Whatever we eat, we say that, yeah, food nourishes our body. So food is giving nourishment to each and every part of our cell in the form of waters, minerals, vitamins. We take it every day. Now, different types of chemical processes happen inside the cell. An energy source is glucose and oxygen. main energy source of each and every cell is glucose. So in the form of carbohydrates we take in, and oxygen, when we inhale air, we take oxygen molecules in. So the chemical reaction between them, it provides energy to cell, and to carry all the systemic functions, it gives that strength and energy to each and every cell. Each cell has specific lifespan. It may be from some hours to some days. So there are different types of cells in our body. Like liver cells are different. Their structure and function is different. Then brain cells, called as neurons, they are different in function and structure. Then intestinal cells, they are different. But their main goal is same, to carry out all functions or metabolic processes or chemical processes to keep us alive, right? So that is the main function of cell. Now we will just see what each and every part or structure inside the cell we saw first of all. So first three are cell wall and chloroplast. They are present in plant cells. That is not our topic. But nucleus present in each and every cell. What is the function of nucleus? Protective container for the cell's DNA. So nucleus contains DNA. DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid. DNA never leaves the nucleus, but messages in the form of RNA can be sent to other parts of the cell. So nucleus, what is the major function of nucleus? It contains DNA. That is sufficient to memorize. Then ribosomes, smallest organelle. Organelle means small organs which are present in this cell. So here you can see ribosomes are there, small in cytoplasm. So what is the function of ribosomes? Smallest organelle found in all cells, builds proteins by putting together long chains of amino acids according to the RNA. So just keep in mind that what is the function of ribosomes? Building proteins. Protein building mechanism. So highlight words you should just keep in mind. Then mitochondria, powerhouse of the cell. From school times we know that mitochondria is the powerhouse of cell. It converts glucose into ATP and it gives energy and to carry out all the functions of our body. Then cell membrane. So as I have mentioned that animals have cell membrane, and cell membrane is made up of phospholipids. It is also a protein. Phospholipid molecules that together form the outer barrier of the cell, and it is semi-permeable. What is the meaning of this? Like from outside, not any toxin or any waste material is allowed to go inside the cell, but cell, whatever our product or waste product is there, cell just throws out from this membrane. That's why it is called as semi-permeable membrane. Then cytoplasm, the liquid that fills the cell. We saw all organelles are present in that cytoplasm, contains lots of proteins and dissolved ions that are involved in the many cell reactions. Vacuoles. So vacuoles are there for, they are like here, again we will see. All the organelles are here. So we are discussing about their functions only. Basically, a membrane enclosed sac. Vacuole means vacuum, and sac is there that is filled with store food or water, etc. Then Golgi or Golgi or Golgi, what pronunciation suits you, you can pronounce, body receives products from the so no need to memorize all medical terms, okay? Don't stress yourself. So Golgi apparatus, we can say that it sorts these products and sends them to their final destination. So it is a system which selects whatever body needed, and they just transfer it where it should be. So like that, each and every organelle has specific function, and ribosomes are breaks down large molecules and actually recycle system is all ribosome is governing here. Now we will go through just important parts only. Lysosomes are again breaks down large molecules, and they are protein breaking material. Proteobules, microfilaments. Okay. So in short, how cell functions that we saw. Now questions in your exam. There are not descriptive questions, so you are going to get options for every questions. There are 4 options, so you can easily find it out if you know basic structure and function of cell properly. So just what nucleus does, what is the function of cell membrane, whether it is permeable or semi permeable, like that main functions you should memorize or keep in mind, right? Now types of cells, I had already mentioned, like there are different types of cells in our body. So muscle cells, epithelial cells, red blood cells, white blood cells, nerve cells, sperms and ovum. So their function is different, and as we will start learning more about different systems, we will go through it again. Then next part is tissue. Group of cells organized to perform one or more specific functions is called as tissue. There are basic 4 tissues in our body: epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscle tissue, and nervous tissue. You should know little bit about it. So epithelial tissue creates protective boundaries, and it is involved in the diffusion of ions and molecules. So I will just show you this image. 4 types of body tissues. Can you see? Epithelial, it is also called as epithelium, connective, muscle tissue, and nervous tissue. What is the function of epithelial tissue? It is protection, lining above your organs, lining of GI tract, gastrointestinal tract, organs which are there in that tract. So it lines it and it protects it. Skin surface, that is also, epidermis is also type of epithelial tissue. So what is the function of this? To protect our body, lining is there. Then second is connective tissue. Connective tissue also supports, protects, binds other tissues together. Connective connection. So it binds. Now blood is also fluid connective tissue. Bones, tendons, fat, and other soft padding tissues, synovial fluid, and you must be aware about it, how our joints, they are made up of bones and tendons, and so all this is connective tissue. We are going to learn about it more in musculoskeletal system also. Then muscle tissue. Muscles are 3 types, are of 3 types in our body, but basic division is voluntary and involuntary. Voluntary muscles which are under our control, functioning under our control, and involuntary under brain's control. To memorize in short, I'm just giving you some tips how to memorize. So voluntary muscles are mostly skeletal muscles. Skeletal muscles which are responsible for movement, isn't it? And involuntary muscles are muscles which are internal organs like stomach, Stomach is made up of involuntary soft muscles. So movement of stomach or whatever churning movement happens after we eat food, that is not under our control. That is under control of our nervous system. So those muscles are called as involuntary muscles. Like that, skeletal muscles are attached to the bones. Then cardiac muscle is the third type, muscles of heart. So whenever cardiac, this word you will listen. So it is related with heart. Pulmos or pulmonary, it is related with lungs. Nervous related with brain, isn't it? So just try to keep it in your mind, because some anatomical terminologies you should know. Now, cardiac muscles are also involuntary muscles. They are under control of nervous system. Next is nervous tissue. Nervous tissue, whole nervous system. Now, nervous system is made up of neurons, specialized cells, and specialized cells form specialized nervous tissue. Electric, conduction. The nervous system is very interesting. We are going to learn about it. Nervous and endocrine system, which governs our body and regulates our systemic functions, and related with yogic practices. So we are going to learn about it more. So nervous tissue. So 4 tissues are there: epithelial, connective, muscle, and nervous tissue. It is clear now. So how this organization, now what we saw initially from female and male gametes, or female and male sperm and ovum, with the union of it, zygote formed. Zygote, then again it developed into fetus into human being. So while this development is happening, this process of organization is taking place. Cell to tissue together, similar types of tissues performing similar types of functions, they together form one organ. So like liver cells, called as hepatic cells, they form liver. So third step of organization. First is cell to tissue. Now tissue to organ to organ system. Organ system means what happens now? Gastrointestinal system. How it is forming from mouth to anus. Whole GI tract is there. So all the organs in that system, they are connected with each other. They are in communication with each other, and they are performing specific function, and they are well designed to perform that specific function which is allotted to them. So that is called as organ system. So there are 9 important organ systems in our body, specifically designed to perform specific functions, to carry our daily systemic functions, and to keep us alive, right? So this is called as process of organization, forming one human being from cell to systemic organism. Last step is formation of organism. All these systems, they come together. They start working, functioning in coordination with each other. Nervous endocrine system takes control over it, and one organism is getting formed in this way. So this is called as process of organization, and you can see here. Again, concept of yoga, from micro to macro, development, evolution, and from evolution to involution. By practicing yoga, by practicing hatha yoga, by understanding concept of panchakosh, what we are doing, we are starting our journey from macro to micro, from evolution to involution, isn't it? So Sankhya philosophy, Ayurveda also believes in this Srishti Utpatti Kram, and in this way atom, compound or molecules, organelle, cell, tissue, organ system, organism and human being, it is getting formed. So this is our journey from atom to organism. If any questions are there, we can discuss. Otherwise, we will go to the next topic. Is it clear? Okay. So systems, there are
Ma'am, we didn't do slide number 11, na?
Okay. Yeah. This is again tissues.
Okay.
Same slide. Muscle tissue, connective tissue, epithelial tissue, and nervous. Histology. Just taking section and looking under microscope. It looks like this. Nervous tissue looks like this. It is brain, spinal cord, and nerves are made up of nervous tissue. Muscle tissue, cardiac muscles, smooth muscles, skeletal muscles, connective tissue, fat, and other synovial joints, bone, tendons, and epithelial tissue linings of our body.
Learn that MCQ questions they will ask in MCQ questions. Yeah.
Now, skeletal system, muscular system. Sometimes we join it together. Musculoskeletal system, circulatory system, digestive system, urinary system or excretory system, nervous system, reproductive system. Again, lymphatic system and circulatory system we combine together sometimes. Or we can, we discuss differently also, but in our syllabus, we have specific systems mentioned. So we are going to see that. Endocrine system and respiratory system. Functions of each and every system in short, and organs involved. So in digestive system, mouth, pharynx, esophagus, stomach, small and large intestine, and glands. Three glands are there, three types of glands: salivary glands, pancreas, and liver. Major organs involved in digestive system. And what is the function of digestive system? Digestion of food, excretion of fecal matter. Very simple. Basic function. We are going to discuss it in detail also, but just overview of each and every system. Then respiratory system, it starts from nose, then pharynx, actually nasal passage, pharynx, larynx, trachea, bronchus, alveoli. So lungs are there, major organ of respiratory system. Inside lungs, there are alveoli, small functional unit of our respiratory system. What is the function? Providing oxygen for the body, eliminating carbon dioxide from the body, regulation of body temperature. In short, not each and every function of every system is mentioned here, but just to get an idea about that system and its function. Then circulatory system, heart, arteries, veins, capillaries, blood. Circulatory system is related with circulation of blood in our body. Then what is the function of circulatory system? Transports nutrients to each cell, then transports waste from each cell towards heart and hormones. Like that, nutrients which include oxygen molecule also, because oxygenated blood is getting circulated in our body, and arteries are the main functional units. They supply oxygenated blood to each and every cell of our body, and veins, they collect deoxygenated blood from each and every tissue, body part, and they takes it towards the heart, right? Then skeletal system. Skeletal system is includes all the bones in our body. There are so many bones. If you know number of how many bones are there in our body, any guess?
I think 208.
Okay, so that is the homework for you. Just try to find out how many bones at the time of birth and in adult human? How many bones are there at the time of birth and how many bones are there in adult human? So there are different types of bones in our body. Different types, different shapes, size, weight, isn't it? So vertebral column, pelvis, femur, tibia, fibula, we are going to see each and every bone. But just humerus, radius, ulna, skull, tarsus, metatarsals, phalanges, etc. What is the function of skeletal system? It is very important system. It is giving shape to our body, framework. Otherwise, just imagine if vertebral column is not there. What will happen? How our body will look? No shape, no structure, no frame. So protects vital organs, like in our lungs and heart is protected by rib cage, isn't it? Adopts different postures of the body and external movements with the help of muscles, of course. Then muscular system, there are, answer is written here, so I'm not going to ask you. Skeletal muscles are more than 640 in our body. And as I had mentioned earlier, the types of muscles, one also they classify it like striated and non-striated muscles, and but majoritarily you should know, like skeletal muscles are voluntary and smooth muscles and cardiac muscles are involuntary in function. Then physiology helps to adopt any posture. Okay, so what is the difference between movement and locomotion? If you know, just tell me. Two terms are there, movement and locomotion.
Movements can be voluntary and involuntary both,
Okay.
but locomotion is only voluntary.
Okay. So, but that is also correct. But what is the difference between trees and humans? Trees are standing at one place. They cannot go from one place to another. We are going from one place to another. That is called as locomotion. And that is the main function of our muscles, muscular system. When we walk or when we try to go from one place to another, our muscles are playing major part, and muscle contraction is responsible for movements, changing postures, adopting new postures. That is the main function, because muscles are they use this energy, chemical energy, into they convert it to create that motion in our body. And storage of sugar helps in movements of internal material like food, so smooth muscles, gastrointestinal tract. Peristaltic movements are responsible for this movement of food, urine, blood, expulsion of fetus also, menstrual blood also. So that is there. Then excretory system, kidney, ureter, bladder, urethra. Major organs are there. Filtration of urine is the function of urine from blood, and elimination of urine outside. So major toxin which are not needed to our body. So this system is eliminating all the toxins in the form of urine. Next system is reproductive system. In males, testes, vas deferens, spermatic cord, major reproductive organs or components of that system, and female, uterus, ovary, fallopian tubes, and vagina. So, what is the function of reproductive system? Reproduction is the major function, and changes, related changes like puberty related changes, or maybe production of sperm, maturation of ovum, that is also one of the function of reproductive system. Then endocrine system. Hormonal system. Nowadays, it is very much in, we can say, popular. Lots of different kinds of endocrine or hormonal related issues people are suffering with. So mostly thyroid and hyperthyroidism, hypothyroidism, all the conditions are there. So what is endocrine system? Endocrine system is related with hormones. Hormones are chemical substances. Endocrine means these are the glands in our body, and they are without opening, no duct. They are also called as ductless glands. Their secretions, they directly transfer into blood. No ducts. Only one gland, pancreas. It is endocrine as well as exocrine in function, because pancreas has pancreatic duct also. It secretes pancreatic enzymes and hormones like insulin and glucagon. So pancreas is endocrine in function as well as endocrine in function. But other glands, endocrine glands, are they are secreting hormones, and hormones are very much important chemicals. They are essential factor for metabolism and various activities in our body. So regulate various internal functions regarding anabolism, catabolism, metabolism's mechanism, then stress response, etc. Activation of organs for their specific work. And next is nervous system. Nervous system is also important system, governing system. It is main system which is controlling all remaining systems of our body. Brain, spinal cord, sensory and motor nerves, and ganglions. We will see afterwards what is brain, what is spinal cord, and parts of nervous system, sympathetic, parasympathetic, which are the branches of autonomic nervous system, and parasympathetic is related with yoga practices. Maybe you're aware about it. So what is the function of nervous system? Sensation, perception, processing, cognitive activities, in short, and emotional responses, controlling functions of all other systems, as I had mentioned. Right? So in short, how our body works. Physiology, we saw, of each and every system. Now, from next class, we are going to decode each and every system. How it is, what are the organs, what are the components, how they are coordinated with each other, and concept of homeostasis. That is also very much important. Just in, we saw here, mechanism to maintain internal environment of the body. So with the help of this homeostasis, this human body is functioning 24/7. And yes, so we will start from next session. If you have any questions, in this slide, I have just mentioned functions of all the systems again. Yeah, digestive system takes in, and the same material is there in this chart. So same slide is there.
Ma'am, I had a question about the cell slide, wherein you
Okay.
have shown the photo. So we have to memorize all these parts of the cell for MCQs.
No, but important cell membrane. Cell membrane is made up of phospholipids, that you should know. Double
Okay.
layer of phospholipids, that you should know. It is semi-permeable. Nucleus contains DNA. Mitochondria, powerhouse of energy. That highlight points in this chart.
Okay.
Not each and every, but lysosome. We will see questions also. So I have one. Can you see this questions on? No, just
Neelima,
huh.
MCQ take in the last of anatomy.
Okay.
Whatever
I
MCQ
was
you are
just
having,
showing them one example only.
No, sir, she's giving topic-wise questions. So it won't get they won't get confused, no? That's why.
okay.
Neelima ma'am, if you can, you give topic-wise only, no? They can put it
Yeah, yeah.
systematic.
Yeah. I made my own questionnaire, question bank, 100 questions and with options. So for their practice, they can solve. But after some time, let me finish 2 or 3 systems. Then system wise, I will give them questions.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay.
Just close the recording.
Yeah. Yes, sir.